Is it on? Is it on? It's not. It's red. Technical difficulties. I think we have resolved them all. So, I have a question. In the Torah, hi everybody, Shabbat Shalom. In the Torah it teaches us about what we're supposed to do for Shabbat. Some of it takes a little bit of digging to figure out what it means to do Shabbat. Because it says you're not allowed to do any kind of malacha, and we have to figure out what malacha means. It means some kind of work. What kind of work? But it says, Kol malechet avodah, all of your work you're supposed to finish in 6 days, and then the 7th day you're supposed to rest. So what happens if it's not finished? Some people wonder if that's the commandment, if the commandment includes having to finish in 6 days. Does that ever stress you? That you try to get all your work done by Friday? So if you can't, you can't, and then you just keep going, huh? Are you sure? Are you sure if you can't, you can't? So the commandment is all of your work you have to do in 6 days, and the 7th day you rest? Nobody's stressed about that? Good, because I didn't get it all done. Whew. I was so worried. I was in such trouble. We were on a roll. We were getting everything done. And then today, I was almost done, and then I got called into the office, and I got a lot done at the office, but I didn't finish everything I had to finish. I felt terrible about it. Okay, good. As long as I'm off the hook from that, that's good. What? Welcome to your, well, so if that's what it is, I can do that. It says 6 days you're supposed to labor and do all of your work. Not all of your work, but all of your work, right? And then the 7th day, you have to rest from doing that. So even if I'm not finished with those things, I'm not doing it again. I'll wait till like tomorrow night or Sunday. Well, it won't be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'll be here. I'll be standing right here. Let me tell you something about if you've never been to the Slichot service. Have you been? How many people have been to the Slichot service? So what's your favorite part of the Slichot service? What? Pizza? We're not having pizza, I don't think. We're having snack, but not pizza. Yeah, walking and not being able to talk. What does that mean? So you come to this service and it's so powerful that you can't chew and walk at the same, no. That there's this sweet tradition. It's one of the most powerful things about it. So some of the things that are going to happen, we're going to watch a movie that's going to inspire us to look back at our lives and look forward at what we can accomplish. That's something we try to do. Movies help with that. We're going to finish the movie. We're going to have some snack, some light snacks, refreshments, talk a little bit about the movie and looking back and forward. We're going to do Havdalah, which is the ceremony that separates Shabbat from the rest of the week. And then we're in here, anything that's not white, ready for the High Holy Days, we're going to make white. The Torah covers we're going to swap. We'll have white things for here, which isn't going to help much because we got to start down. We've got 2 rooms we have to worry about, but we'll make things white, and then we'll have a Slichot service, which I was taught originally was kind of like a synopsis of the whole High Holy Day period, the whole 8 days of repentance, the 10 days of repentance, where you start kind of as if you're starting with Rosh Hashanah, and by the end you feel like it's the end of Yom Kippur. It reminds you of snippets of the melodies and everything. That we'll do, but the cool thing is at the very end, the last thing that happens is you hear the shofar blast, And then, which is pretty cool to hear at this point, you hope that whoever gets to do it has been practicing every day in Elul, so it doesn't sound like and it feels like it's an actual call to whatever. So although one year I think it's supposed to be hiding in the ark, and one year it wasn't hiding there, that was terrible. But when you hear that shofar blast, the next thing you do is everybody, and by the way, we do the service with all the lights off. It's supposed to be by candlelight, but I remember Ray Morris burning himself on the candles when we were standing. It's hard to do a prayer book and do a candle at the same time, even though we made like little candle holder things. So now we use the tea light kind of candles that are the kind that are battery operated. So we have the candles, and we're reading by candlelight. We're close together. It's kind of a cozy service. And when you hear that last shofar blast, everybody leaves the building, and the tradition is you don't talk. You let the sound of the shofar continue to inspire you on your way home, and you don't talk. And in some ways, that's the coolest part of the whole service. There's something really powerful about that blast and then the silence. So I hope you come to that tomorrow night, and if not, take some time for some silence. All right, so I'm glad you cleared that up for me about what Shabbat is and isn't. We are going to do service. I really want to do service 1 tonight. I really want to. So we're going to do service 1 tonight. Service 1 begins on page 38. It's very marked up in my book. And it is the very last service of the ones where you get to help me light the candles and bless the candles and lead the Kiddush. Starting next week, you're not going to believe it, but Harriet has filled in all of her blanks. Every single Shabbat until the end of May are filled in, 99.99999% of them. And it's an amazing task that she does. So starting next week, we will have blessers. If you know you wanted a date because it's your birthday or a special occasion, it's not too late to pick a date. Some people will be very happy to swap. Some people are not happy to swap. And then we can duke it out. We'll figure it out. But please think about it. It's really supposed to be an honor. I'm asking you today as an honor to help me. We turn to page 38. Please rise. Source of mercy, continue your loving care for us and our loved ones. Give us strength to walk in your presence on the paths of the righteous, loyal to your Torah, steadfast in goodness. Keep us far from all shame, grief, and anguish. Fill our homes with peace, light, and joy. O God, fountain of life, by your light shall we see light. Now we're going to do this. You can do this in English if you need to, but I'm going to do this in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. You open your eyes and you look at Shabbat candles. They're beautiful. Would you read this at the bottom of the page with me, please? May we be blessed with Shabbat joy. May we be blessed with Shabbat peace. May we be blessed with Shabbat light. We continue now on pages 167 and 166. That's not the page. But you know what I forgot? You didn't stop me. You usually stop me. What did I forget? I forgot to breathe. How come you didn't warn me about not breathing? So we're going to take a breath. I have to stand away from the candles before I take my breath. Yeah, I forgot to breathe. You'd missed it. I was forgetting to breathe. I have to breathe. So everybody, please take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Try again. Let it out slowly. That feels better. what stuff I didn't finish. I don't even remember what that was anymore. So on pages 167 and 166, guess what's in here? Liquid joy. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. On 166 we read together, we praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You call us to holiness with the mitzvah of Shabbat, the sign of your love, a reminder of your creative work and of our liberation from Egyptian bondage, our day of days. On Shabbat especially, we hearken to your call to serve you as a holy people. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of Shabbat. L'chaim. Joyful grape juice. Yum. You may be seated. Please say Shabbat Shalom to somebody you came in with and to somebody you didn't come in with. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And now we come back to service 1. At the top of page 40, there's a fun song that the first time I heard it, I was living in Israel. And it won the Hasidic Song Festival that year. A lot of the songs that we sing, the melodies we sing, win this Hasidic Song Festival. It's as unusual. I don't know why they call it that, because it is rarely Hasidim who are singing those songs, but you have to pick some text from the liturgy or from the scriptures and put it to music. And this is the one that won. The words are Shiru Ladonai, which means y'all sing to God. Shir Chadash, a new song. Shiru Ladonai, y'all sing to God. Kol Haaretz. And there's a little more than that, but it's going to go like this. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. It goes again. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai, Barechu Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato. Shiru Ladonai, Barechu Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Hadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Hadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. We read responsibly. We sing responsibly. No, yeah. Sing a new song to God. All the earth, sing to the Eternal One. Sing to the Eternal One. Praise God's name. Tell of God's power from day to day. Declare God's glory among the nations, God's wonders among the peoples. For great is the Eternal One, beyond all praise, and awesome, far above the gods that are worshipped. Other gods are but idols. The Eternal One made the heavens. Honor and beauty attend you. Strength and splendor are in your presence. Honor the Eternal One, all races and peoples. Acknowledge the Eternal One's glory and might. Honor the Eternal One's glory. Worship your God in the beauty of holiness. And then we skip because we're actually in another psalm by there. And we continue on, since we already sang something, we continue on page 49. The Reader's Kaddish in Hebrew is called the Chatzi Kaddish, which means the half of a Kaddish, because it's only half as long as the other ones. It's chopped shorter. And this is usually led by the reader. So in English, they call it the Reader's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala, ba'agala, u'vizman kariv, v'mirum Amen. Yehi shmera b'mevarach le'alam ul'almei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpahal v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemeh d'kudisha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'miru amen. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening. With wisdom you open heaven's gates, and with understanding you make the ages pass and the seasons alternate. Your will controls the stars as they travel through the skies. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. You cause day to pass and bring on the night, separating day from night. You command the hosts of heaven. May the living and eternal God rule us always to the end of time. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall. Unending is your love for your people Israel, your people, the house of Israel. Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts have you taught us. Therefore, O God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and rejoice in your Torah and mitzvot forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life and the length of our days. Then your love shall never depart from our hearts. We praise you, O God. You love your people Israel. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem, Kivod Malechuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated unless you want to help me lead this next prayer. Who's coming to help? Thank you. So while they're coming, I will let you know this service is in some ways considered the most traditional, not because the Hebrew is more traditional, like who's coming, woot, but because the English is a more literal translation. Can you see? Do you need another step stool? Marguerite, can you see? All right, ready? Ve'ahavta Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol ma'odecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shiftecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'derech, u'v'shochbecha, u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, u'chetavtam Al mezuzot betecha uv'isharecha lema'an tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. And then the English, you shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words, which I command you this day, upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way. when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God. Okay, some people can go down if they want, or you could stay up and help me do the responsive reading. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone are God, and there is none else, and we are Israel, your people.
You are our sovereign. You deliver us from the hand of the oppressors and save us from the fists of tyrants.
You do wonders without number, marvels that pass our understanding.
You give us life. By your help, we survive all who seek our destruction.
You did wonders for us in the land of Egypt, miracles and marvels in the land of Pharaoh.
You led your people Israel out,
forever to serve you in freedom.
When your children witnessed your power, they extolled you and gave you thanks. Willingly they enthroned you, and full of joy, Moses, Miriam, and all of these children sang, whoa. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Go ahead. Anu ve'ameru Adonai imloch, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar, and it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. Grant that we may lie down in peace, eternal God, and raise us up, O Sovereign, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, and for your name's sake, be our help.
Shield us from
Hatred and plague. Keep us from war and famine and anguish. Subdue our inclination to evil. O God, our guardian and helper, our gracious and merciful sovereign, give us refuge in the shadow of your wings. O guard our coming and now and always, we have life and peace. We praise you, O God. The shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people, Israel, and over Jerusalem. You can stay up here as long as you like. I'm having fun having you up here. Vishameru b'nei Yisrael ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorot ha-merit olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam oti le'olam oti le'olam Vishameru b'nei Yisrael ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorot ha-merit olam Ki sheshet yomim asah Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Vishameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorot ha-merit olam Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Vishameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorot ha-merit olam. Please rise for the tefillah, which begins on page 56. You still good? You staying? Yes. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, v'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Koneh Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, u'mevii geula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Eternal is your might, O God. All life is your gift. Great is your power to save. With love, you sustain the living. With great compassion, give life to all. You send help to the falling, healing to the sick. You bring freedom to the captive and keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, Almighty One, author of life and death, source of salvation? We praise you, O God, the source of life. You are Kadosh, holy. Your name is Kadosh, holy. And everyone who strives to be Kedoshim, holy, declares your glory day by day. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God. You may be seated. You okay? You staying or you going?
What are you doing?
You set the seventh day apart for your service. It is the goal of creation, more blessed than other days, more sacred than other times. And so we read together in the story of creation. Let's do it in English. It's not a great translation, but we'll do it together in English. Now, the whole universe, sky, earth, and all their array was completed. With the seventh day, God ended the work of creation, resting on the seventh day with all the work completed. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, this day having completed the work of creation. And we continue. Our God, God of our fathers and mothers, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us with your mitzvot, and let your Torah be our way of life. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, eternal God, let your holy Sabbath remain our heritage, that all Israel, hallowing your name, may find rest and peace. We praise you, O God, for the Sabbath and its holiness. Be gracious, eternal God, to your people Israel, and receive our prayers with love. O may our worship always be acceptable to you. Fill us with the knowledge that you are near to all who seek you in truth. Let our eyes behold your presence in our midst and in the midst of our people in Zion. We praise you, O God, whose presence gives life to Zion and all Israel. All right, it says Rosh Chodesh and Chol HaMoed. Is it Rosh Chodesh?
No.
No. Is it Chol HaMoed? No. Rosh Chodesh means the beginning of a month. Do you see no moon in the sky? No. And Chol HaMoed means the intermediary days of a holiday that's more than one day long. No. It's coming up. Both of those things will come up. We continue at the bottom of 61. We gratefully acknowledge that you are our God and the God of our people, the God of all generations. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank you and sing your praises for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence which we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. You are goodness, your mercies never end. You are compassion, your love will never fail. You have always been our hope. For all these things, O sovereign God, let your name be forever exalted and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Eternal God, whose nature is goodness, we give you thanks and praise. And we're going to read below that Hebrew, we're going to read, O sovereign, would read together with me, please. O sovereign source of peace, Let Israel, your people, know enduring peace, for it is good in your sight to bless Israel and all peoples continually with your peace. Baruch atah Adonai hamivarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We praise you, O God, for you bless Israel with peace. We take a moment now for silent prayer. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, imru amen. Yaseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, imru amen. I am so glad for my helpers today. You may go back and sit down. Thank you, thank you. I'll probably be calling up soon. Rest your legs. Ouch, sorry about that. Bonk. Take a rest. At this point in our service, our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill or recuperating. I will be turning off my microphone to call out the names that I have on my list. And if you have names you'd like to add to our list, I invite you to please call them out. And Yogi. For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts and not say out loud, we read together, "O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health." And we add, Misheberach avotenu v'imotenu, may the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we've entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us. In this country, in the land of Israel and everywhere they've been called to serve. May they return home safely, and let us say, Amen. The young man who I had married told me that he finally got to go to Shabbat evening service last week. He went to another base, and they had a service. There was an officer, I can't recall what rank, who led the service. He was an Orthodox Jewish guy. There were 4 people who showed up, and the officer who was leading the service was very helpful in explaining what was going on, and he was very proud to be there. It's really hard to be Jewish and far, far, far away and not have a support system, I guess. So we're thinking of him. I think he's going to try to go back again this week, so I don't know if he's visiting with us this time. But so I want you to take a look at a prayer. I told you about the one that, the Shiru Ladonai, sing a new song to God, that won the Hasidic Song Festival. And the one that we just did, the Oseh Shalom, won the Song Festival. This is a song we sing every single week, page 148. Usually I let the children come up and they help me lead this because this is one that we do up here. We open the ark for this. That's how important it is. When the ark is open, we stand. That's how important it is. And I let the children come up, not because they're the most important part of our congregation, although in many ways they are. No offense. But they are our future. But it's mostly now because they get to boing up the stairs, and not everybody goes up and down the stairs as comfortably. I love to honor them for coming. I love to give them a reason to be here. And having one of the biggest honors that we do, I hope encourages them to attend. Today, we got more than we bargained for in how much they honored us by helping to lead the service. I loved it. Thank you. But I want you to take a look at this. We don't usually read the English. And we'll take a look at how good a translation is, because I want to talk to you about something that I read about this specific prayer this week. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol means we must praise the God of all, the maker of heaven and earth, who has set us apart from the other families of earth, giving us a destiny unique among the nations. So that's the paragraph. That's the big part. When we have guests here, we sometimes there are other faiths, a number of Christian denominations that have confirmation classes and the students come. Often I will ask everybody under 13 to come up and help me, and I honor everybody. And for me, if someone acknowledges it's an honor, I'm happy to have them open the ark. It's okay with me. I don't think that I know that you don't contaminate a Torah by not being Jewish and getting in proximity of a Torah. That's another conversation we can have at another time. I think that when the young people who come here open this ark, they understand that it's an honor. And I am thrilled to do that. I get excited just watching the kind of love that I think God is teaching us to do. But listen to what it says in this. It says, He set us apart from other families of the earth, giving us a destiny unique among the nations. It wasn't lost on me that it's kind of ironic that when I invite people up, and when there are lots of children from many faiths who are up here, I'm saying in this prayer, Shelo asanu kegoyei haaretz. A lot of you know what a goy is. In Yiddish, it's not always a nice term that means someone who's not Jewish. Goy just means a nation. We are a goy kadosh. The Jewish people are considered a holy nation, but we don't think of it that way when we're thinking Yiddish. But it says that we have a unique destiny among the nations. And how do you feel about that? Do you feel that the Jewish people have a unique destiny among the nations? Do you feel it's disrespectful to put someone who's not part of that destiny to stand up here in front of the Torah as we're doing this, as we're honoring them? So let me tell you what happened recently that I wasn't aware of, and I want you, and some of the repercussions. I don't think of this as political. I think of this as religious, and I hope you do too, because I don't want to bring politics into this. But I'm going to give him credit for having said this. Rabbi Ephraim Goldberg on the website aish.com said, this is part of a whole article that he wrote. This one says, Aleinu, the name of the prayer we call it, Aleinu, was composed by Joshua, the one who led the Battle of Jericho and brought the children of Israel across the Jordan. He wrote this thousands of years ago upon our entry to the land that God promised us. When he encountered pagan religions and idolatrous practices, he reacted with a sense of gratitude of being chosen to model an authentic, mission-driven religious life. The reason why he's telling us this is that apparently recently in Israel, the Reform movement decided that they should take this prayer out of the service and replace it with something else. They felt that this, in some ways, was disrespectful. That we, in modern world, believe that we all have a responsibility to be taking care of each other and the world. And that it's not that someone has a responsibility that's stronger than someone else's. Being chosen never felt like it meant we were better than anyone else. And they feel today that maybe that's what it feels like. And so he was very stressed by the fact that the Reform movement wants to take out this prayer. I don't know yet what prayer they want to substitute with. I presume something that they feel is appropriately awesome to be in a part of the service where we stand in front of the Torahs in the open ark and are praising God at that moment. And I don't know what words they want to say. But I guess they feel that we shouldn't be saying we have a destiny that's different than other people's destinies. And how do you feel about that? You think that we should have the prayer or we shouldn't have the prayer? So keep it. Everybody's saying keep it. We're okay with having a destiny that's different than everybody else. And so does it stress you at all? So it says, he continued, to edit the Siddur, to conform to our contemporary sense of comfort, because that's what's happening, is an affront to our ancestors who said those words throughout the millennia and to God who transmitted its themes to us in the first place. That's how he ended. It was even stronger than what I had said before. And everybody agrees with that. Is there anything about... So here, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I was sure I was going to get some kind of a conflict here, because part of what the Reform movement does is it acknowledges that we live in a modern world and that sometimes modern needs change. For example, what does it mean to keep Shabbat? I'm not sure that we're keeping Shabbat the way they did in biblical times, in Joshua's times. I'm not sure that we are. I'm not sure that the ultra-Orthodox, like this rabbi, I'm not sure that he is keeping it the way they kept it in Joshua's times either, though. And I think that's part of it, is that change is sometimes goes in different directions. He was also talking about the fact that, I don't know if you heard that Israel recently passed a law that said that Israel is the Jewish state. And it got some people very upset. Why would you even have to say that? Of course it's the Jewish state. Why would you make it a law? Because as soon as you made it a law, you made the other people who were not Jewish feel uncomfortable in the state that was always the Jewish state. Words matter. That's an interesting thing. So what he said was, it's one thing to evolve and change, but if you're eliminating it, that feels like, it reminds me of the story that always stressed me. This was supposed to be an inspiration. You've heard me talk about this. There's a story about this group of people, there was a Jewish group, and they would go to this spot in the woods, and they would light a fire, and they would sing a song, and they would dance. And it was the most powerful experience. You're outside, and you're singing, and the smell of the wood burning, and it was an awesome experience. And eventually, because it rained a couple times or something, they decided not to go to the woods. But they still lit a fire, they sang, and they danced. And eventually, they didn't want to light a fire because they had to go indoors, it was getting colder, and they sang and they danced, and they still had a spiritual experience. And eventually, they didn't feel like getting up and dancing anymore, but they sang the song and they still had a spiritual experience. And we're supposed to hear that story. I was always taught that story in a way that showed that we can still have spiritual experiences, even if we don't have all the same old rituals. And I don't know, I struggle with that sometimes. Because to me, that story's always stressed me. It just felt like we kept losing and losing and losing things that meant something to us. I'm not saying that we need to keep everything the way it was, because I'm not sure that that's a practical thing. I'm glad that we all got to drive to services tonight. And in the day of Joshua, we never had to drive to services. And I'm glad we got to. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today. But I think that that's a way of, I'm going to tag to what you said, it's enhancing what we already have. It's not removing what we already had. And so, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to make sure you had a clue what that prayer means, because I don't know that we think about it when we're standing there in front of the Torah. And I wanted to give you something to think about. Mr. President, would you give us something else to think about, please?
Shabbat Shalom. Tomorrow morning, 9:45, Rabbi Jana will lead us in a discussion about Ki Tavo, the Torah portion of the week from Deuteronomy. Tomorrow night, we will celebrate Selichot. At 6 p.m., we will watch the movie RBG, which is a movie about the life and the influence of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Following the movie, we will have a Selichot service. Refreshments will be served. Office will be closed this coming Monday, September 3rd, in observance of Labor Day. On Tuesday, September 4th, the office will return to regular normal hours of 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also Tuesday, September 4th at 6 p.m., Rabbi Jana will be at the Together Tuesday under the Texas Street Bridge. Tuesday, September 4th at 6:30 p.m., you can make round challah with Bethany. You can purchase challah as well for $5 if you attend and assist, or $8 if you do not attend. Learn to make brisket, chopped liver, and gefilte fish with Artis and Bethany, 9 a.m. Wednesday, September 5th. There will be a l'chaim to the new year at Twisted Root Burger, Thursday, September 6th. We're very busy coming up. From 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Child care will be available at B'nai Zion. Contact the office if you're interested in attending or if you need help, child care. Next Friday, September 7th, our service will include honoring and blessing everyone with birthdays or anniversaries in September. And we will have a special celebration for Sidney Kent in honor of his 90th birthday. A week from Sunday, September 9th, Rosh Hashanah, evening service will begin 7:30 p.m. And Monday, September 10th, Rosh Hashanah morning service will start at 10 a.m. Children's service will begin at 12:15 p.m. There will be a Tashlich ceremony on Monday, 4 p.m. at the main entrance to the Glen on Flournoy Lucas, when we symbolically cast our sins to the waters. You're welcome to bring your own crumbs, but we will share our crumbs with you if you do not have any. Donations were made to the B'nai Zion for pulpit flowers in loving memory of Barbara Werner Kulick by Bonnie and Charles Kesselman, and in loving memory of Sarah Lena Shapiro by Jackie Fleshman. And thank you again. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. So it's time for us to sing that wonderful song. We turn to page 148, and I need, if you are in the mood for boinging up the stairs, come boing up the stairs, and everyone else please rise when the ark is open. Today? I will. Yeah, not for this one, but I will. Open up, open up. You want a small Torah? Thank you. Grab one. They're flying. Oh, smiley green one. Good job. Ready? Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoy haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gohor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu koreim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלאכי המלאכים HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And on the facing page we sing, V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. Oh yeah, good idea. Nice. Thank you. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. We include in that list the 20 military people who've lost their lives this year, 98 police officers, 15 canine officers, and 65 firefighters. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. I invite you to turn to page 153. Life is finite. Like a candle, it burns, it glows, it is radiant with warmth and beauty, and then it fades. Its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light, we see. In light, we are seen. The flames dance, and our lives are full. But as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down in gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more, and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives, we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now remember the loved ones whom death has taken from us. Those congregants, parents who died within the past year include Sarah David, Flo Selber, Gloria Meyer, Richard Stewart, and Clifford Bear. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. Those for whom we're observing yortzites this week include Reva Baskin, Louise Bronig, Barbara Werner Kulick, Jeanette Ginsberg Desmond, Lottie Goldstein, Nathan Goldstein, Harry Goodman, Hannah Kahn Hayes, Sidney L. Harold, Leonard H. Hyman, Leona Land, Esther Morris, Marvin Rabinowitz, Isidore Rosenfield, and Sarah Lena Shapiro. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise, as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar v'yit alev v'yit halal shemei d'kudsha v'richu le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. You may be seated. I need to call up all of the Muravs, including the parents, because there's a birthday girl among them. What? What? You think we didn't know? We want to honor the birthday girl with having one. Does anybody need a squirt? I have my squirt with me. You want some squirts? The blessing for washing hands is Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. That we praise God for giving us commandments. God commanded us about washing hands. Ready? Okay, hold on the bottom. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. I got the plate, you get the challah. Give the birthday girl a big piece. And her husband. Mazel tov. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yay. For me? Thank you. And the kindness overflows. How cool is it to celebrate your birthday with us? I love that when people do that. Please rise for the closing benediction. It is a blessing for us to be together, to celebrate together, to shep nachas together, as in a little bit of nachas when you watch those kids up here. I hope that the end of this year turns out to be fulfilling, that you're getting to be as introspective as you need to be, that you get to find what you need to find to inspire you for next year. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha, may God bless you, may God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, may the light of God's face shine upon you, be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God's face be lifted up to you, may God grant you peace. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shiru l'Adonai